What is up? Back here with another video. So today, cartoon creepypasta as usual. So we hit 10,000 views. So happy. I tried to make a video celebrating it, but I couldn't. And thank you guys for 10,000 views. It means so much. We started off just about a year ago now. Is when its channel, its first video was out, and we've come quite a good long journey. And I don't have any subscribers that are people from my school, so I guess that's a plus. So we're gonna be getting into the cartoon creepypasta. It's called it's a Spongebob creepypasta called The Wrong Room, and yeah, let's get right into it, guys. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and put notifications on too. While you're on. I worked at Nickelodeon Studios for a long time. For 6 years. I moved myself up every year. I started off as this scrawny little kid that did horrible animations to one of the executives. And during the making of the 3rd season of Spongebob, I was checked to go see the first episode to see if there were any errors or bugs in a conference room. The room was set for 2:07 at 5 p.m. next week. During that week, I completely forgot about what room it was, and when it was time, I went into room 215 like an idiot, which also sped Spongebob meeting. Now, rooms 210 and 300 were really shabby, literally, quite suspicious, from new or newbie animators, but I kind of ignored it, considering maybe they just rented out one of these, because they were also quite nice. The lower rooms from that, 29 to 100, were quite very expensive, but it'd take bunches of money to rent one out. I walk into the office and there's a DVD with a bunch of people that I had no idea who were. Maybe they were other executives from the other building. I didn't know. They put the tape in, and to my surprise, it looked quite shabby, the episode. The intro didn't have bubbles or Spongebob playing his flute, it just had a silent cartridge roll. I thought maybe this was a new change to the intro, but I really certainly didn't like it. I got out a piece of paper and started to write down negative things about this already. Other people were staring at my piece of paper. Some of them were even whispering. And one word I heard was, I kind of ignored it though. And suddenly, we heard a knock. I thought it was coming from the door, but it was coming from the episode. It was the blowhorn. It was a knock with a whisper, a quiet whisper. I couldn't understand anything, so I'll just put it like this. It was a few random words. Most likely a full sentence. It scared me though. But I still wasn't about to give up yet, and I put a few more negative things. Spongebob with a really bright yellow and horrible green animation. He looked like he was drawn in with a crayon really fast, like very fast. I put more negative things down and people kept whispering. One person grabbed my paper and ripped it, and I said, if you're not an executive, I'm firing you. He laughed very hysterically, and 3 of them went out of the room, which the other 2 looked like pretty normal people. I almost said kids. One had blonde hair and one had quite light brown. They looked like teenagers applying. The door was suddenly locked, and my heart stunk into my stomach. Suddenly the animation got very, very real. Like, it wasn't rushed in the next scene. Patrick comes over to the house and says, "SpongeBob, can I hang over?" "Sure," says SpongeBob. I did not recognize the voices from anywhere. They were actually kind of trash. The voices were really bad. "Hey, SpongeBob." Ah, was something what that sounds like. Yes, I'm assuming you don't have a good SpongeBob voice when you're Tom Kenny. But guess what? I don't care. Patrick sounded more pathetic and stupid. Like this. "Hey, SpongeBob." Yeah, I'm assuming you also have a bad Patrick voice. Sorry. Don't worry, guys, I know. In the next scene, something bizarre happens. Out of nowhere, there's just straight blood. And Groot's even burned him. Yep, Patrick killed SpongeBob. Or SpongeBob killed Patrick. You couldn't tell. Or Gary killed Patrick. Or SpongeBob. Or both of them. It was endless choices. And you could also see Squidward staring at it. Also see Squidward at the front door, holding something. You hear a grunt sound, almost like he was going back and forth. The grunt sounded very horrible, like it sounded almost distorted, too. The grunt got louder every 2 seconds, and it just kept playing. I tried to bang on the door, but nobody answered, and just literally left me there to die. The 2 other people in the room were staring at each other, horrified. One even got the balls to literally fling out the window. I looked out the window to see that his leg was bleeding and quite out of place, but he said freedom. There was horrifying screams and literal pain that could last for hours. He said he was going to get help. I don't think anybody can hear us because the shades were on in the room. There was shades on the door, and I was pounding on it very fiercely. And I knew this hallway was quite populated, and no one was going towards it. I said, if I died, I will never forgive this studio, and I'm suing it, I said. The other one just stared at me, and I kind of got uncomfortable. In the next scene, you can see pitch black, but something right, a dot of white. It zoomed up on it, and it was a bunch of text. I really don't want to explain it as horrifying, and it could probably give people a curse. It was a bunch of random writing with horrifying things that were in English that I can't probably even say to people, to minors, or to people in general. The next thing you hear is a heart-wrenching scream, and I remember the scream too. It was one of my little brothers. When he was 3 years old, he literally screamed at the top of his lungs in a similar fashion. And you easily saw a picture flashed on the screen of my dead 3-year-old brother. But he's alive, I said to myself. And suddenly, my coworker, or what was my new coworker, what he said, screamed in horror. Somebody that looked like his mother was lying there. I try to think my brother's alive, but then I remember, out of regret, he is missing. Everything in the room goes quiet, and a nasty scream is heard. One final scream that will give me nightmares for the rest of my life. It was a video. with my little brother when he was 3, playing in the forest or backyard, basically. Right next to somebody holding a camera. He screamed as loud as he could, but he's already about half a mile in. He always did it. He remembered his way back. He was about 4 in this video. He was snatched up like somebody grabbed him. And somehow just ran for 2 miles. You could see the entire clip and it ended at about 4 minutes. I sat there, watched the credits roll silently with something in the background. When it zoomed up, it almost got visible and the video stopped. I took out the DVD and nearly threw it in the window, but I brought it to the police. They played the clip and the only thing that was found on it was somebody staring at the screen. It was my coworker, or what he said. He was just staring and staring until a scream, a heart-wrenching scream. Some of the police members even say they don't remember this. They were 30. Most of them were 30 back then. Now they're about 50. This was the most horrifying event in life. I don't know. I quit working at Nickelodeon 2 years later after I saw another creepypasta, Squidward suicide. We'll get into that another day. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for new videos every week. I'm trying to do that, so this video might not even come out this week. It's right now March 13th or 12th. Hold up. It's March 13th. So, make sure to like, turn on notifications. Like if you enjoyed it though, and subscribe if you did. Subscribe and put notifications on, please, guys. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers before 2020. It's a little sad, but you know. See you guys. Peace.